Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this.
Parity has been the talk of the sport nonstop for the last 2, 3, 4 years. NIL, transfer portal, immediately eligible guys. It makes it so that the little guy can compete with the big guy more. Well, John Henson, apparently that might not actually be true.
Yeah, you got your big dogs and your heavy hitters in the Sweet 16. And it's going to be some really, really good games. I think the Duke-Houston game is going to be so good. I think Duke's in trouble, but it's kind of like
we thought Duke was in trouble today, though.
Yeah,
we did. We thought Duke was in trouble.
Houston, if Duke would have been in that game tonight with Houston, the way they were, I mean, God bless.
There'd have been some broken arms.
Yeah, it's would have been. So it's going to be fun. I'm glad all the good teams, all the big-time teams made it. That's going to be good for the game. I'm excited to watch some of these matchups that we've been dreaming about, and no matter what happens, there's still going to be dream matchups in the regional finals as well, so it's going to be a fun weekend.
That's the beauty, right? Like, what do we want? If you could script it one way, you'd say, like, get a half a dozen good upsets in the first round and then have the big boys advance. And that's what happened. Like, I'm surprised. I got to say that. I am surprised because I felt like it would be like last year. I felt like we'd have two teams, certainly at this point. You'd have two teams like FAU and San Diego State from a year ago. We don't even have that in the Sweet 16. Yeah. We had that last year all the way to the Final Four. I am surprised with the COVID year, with the transfer portal, with all those things that we don't have some of those mid-majors per se advancing. You know, team in the Mountain West. Obviously, San Diego State's still there right now, but they're not what they were even last year. Like, they have more credibility coming in.
They also play UConn next,
right?
Which is like
going to be tough.
And I think the noise that we saw with underdog noise, I think it's been louder than I've ever seen in the game. Where teams know what they're up against, they know what the public is thinking. Mm-hmm. You can't tell me that, Mark Sears' uncle isn't like, hey, look, man. They think y'all going to lose today. I was watching ESPN. Like, that happens, right? So I think that also has to do with the underdogs not advancing as far as we thought, because now these teams are coming in like, whoa. I've been hearing all week, all day, or the last couple of days that we're going to lose. And, when certain teams win, you talk to them and say, hey, look, we heard the noise, and we played better. So I think that happened this year a lot more than it has been.
Yeah, I'm not all that surprised by it, because one of the things that we had said all season long is like there's a cutoff, right? We said it on I think it was on the Selection Sunday show. Maybe it was us on the DTF podcast, Theo. But we said that there's a pretty clear cutoff past the 4 seeds, right? Like I couldn't see many teams past the 4 seeds capable of getting to a Final Four, and not really anything saying like I think they can have a real shot of actually winning a national title. So I'm not that surprised.
But Sweet 16, we're not that far in.
It's just because you see the cutoff of teams, and it sometimes it feels like it is what it is, and it feels like.
Don't we say that every year though? I feel like we say that every year, like 10, 12 teams, right? Don't we say it every year, 10 or 12 teams?
There's a handful of teams that can win it, but there's a big drop between the top 15 and 16 and everybody else in the field. Go look at the 5 seeds. Outside of Gonzaga, who did you think before the tournament started that could actually win it? There's a reason why everybody picked like all of the 12 seeds to win. That was the most true.
Was it better? We had Utah covering, James Madison covering, and then one more that was the most heavily bet. They all did. Marquette covering, and none of those.
McNeese State, right? Everybody thought they'd win.
Yeah.
One quick point about. We see all the big dogs in the Sweet 16 this year. No real surprises. I think there was a time where NIL was going to be like it could be a differentiator if you were ahead of the curve. Now I think the big dogs are going to have the most money. It's just going to be a lot of the same thing.
But don't you think
now that it evens out a little
there's
bit.
still like more distractions, all those things with these teams that have NIL, or does that not matter when you get to the NCAA tournament at all? At this point?
At this point, no.
I just think it could have caused like more chemistry.
If
Benson was talking about the chemistry maybe at Alabama, like those things might have played in during the year. I don't know. I didn't expect this.
I think depending on with the high level teams, you got to think like the starting 5 it's kind of like the NBA. You know, you got your max guy, and you got your guys that are making their
That's
money.
what people need to realize.
Yeah,
But there are so
like,
many
because
mid-major transfer up guys now at the high major level.
There's a lot of guys.
You know what I mean? Like Aaron Estrada goes, he's playing big minutes at Alabama. You don't know how that's going to translate. Again, listen, it is what it is. I think it's good for the tournament.
But the guys playing in Real Madrid, they come to the NBA, they're not going to get max money.
Right.
Like it's the same thing. It's just not going to happen. Like to me, like this is starting to even out a little bit.
The gap still is closed. Like is as
I think it's
tight
starting
as it's been in forever. And again, next year when the COVID in 2 years. Right, 2 years, not next year. When the COVID year goes away,
the extra year,
then I think the gap will start to expand again to what it was. But I guess that's why it's my biggest surprise.
Thank you for watching The Field of 68. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, hit that like button, share this link with your friends, or check out the description for some other places that you can consume Field of 68 content.